So I'm getting ready to start my 180-day challenge. I'm going to take a couple days to get ready for that. 58 years old, you don't just jump into something like that. It'll be pretty extreme. I'm looking forward to it. Keeps me going after I completed the YouTube challenge here. But today I wanted to talk about comments that were made on a previous video about you need to man up, bud. Usually those comments, as we know, are made by elite people, who are in a military all of their own, in their fortress deep in mom's basement, sitting there in their underwear, keyboard in hand, making comments about man up, bud. I'm terrified. And I'll tell you why I'm terrified. I have something to lose. I have a VA disability check that I get in every month, thankfully provided by you as the U.S. taxpayer. And if I was to get in some kind of physical confrontation, whether it was here on my property, somewhere out in public, I don't trust the system. I don't trust the judicial system after we saw what happened with Daniel Penny back in New York on the subway, a veteran who was charged by Alan Bragg in homicide trial. Thankfully, he was not convicted. Or we have the rancher down in Arizona who is protecting his property, not from undocumented people, from illegal aliens. Let's just call it what it is, illegal aliens, people who are illegally crossing the border. Protecting his property, 80-year-old man, terrified by the fact that he was arrested and then had no way to take care of his wife. I mean, that's sad. And I think all of us rational people think about that when we consider getting into some kind of confrontation that could possibly take us as a law-abiding citizen and turn us into a law-abiding criminal or outlaw. Nobody wants that. I don't. Losing my VA check, because the VA will take your check if, you find yourself in a criminal proceeding and get convicted. Yeah, they take your check. I can't afford to lose that. I unfortunately discovered a couple years ago when I tried to go back to work that yes, indeed, I am disabled. And that check is basically what keeps me alive. It keeps my house, it keeps my dogs, it keeps me, living a good quality of life. And without that, I would be homeless, And you, what would you be? Whatever your situation is, responsible family member, you have a house, you have a job, we all have something. So how do you deal with something like that? That's a good question. And, Jocko answered it. Andrew Bustamante, ex-CIA officer, answered it. And Jocko's answer was run. And I agree with him, run. Andrew Bustamante calls it get off the X. The X is if you're facing a problem right here, as Jocko said, run, get off of it, get yourself in a position where you have a couple seconds to think. Because you're dealing with a person who they may have substances in their system causing them to be, high. They may just be a person who feels like they have nothing to lose. Maybe they've already been in prison or whatever. And here you are, you have something to lose. Whether it's in public or on your property, which something I was dealing with here recently. Regardless of what it is, get away. In my case, if it's on my property, get inside your residence where then you do have a legal right to protect yourself. So, being terrified doesn't mean that you're weak. Being terrified a lot of times these days means that you're just being responsible in a system that does not protect rational, law-abiding people. It just doesn't. And that's the sad thing, is that's what we would expect taxpayers, people like myself who, are trying to live a good quality life. We don't have that, unfortunately, I guess the word is these days, luxury of being able to trust judges, of being able to count on district attorneys to have our back when we're doing the right thing, we're doing the responsible thing and just protecting ourselves. We're not going out and we're causing it. If we were causing it, then yeah, we should be held accountable, but we're not. Do you see what I'm saying here? Do you understand? This is not terrified because you're weak. This is terrified because you have something to lose, most likely facing somebody who doesn't. So thanks for watching this video. I'm slowly but surely pivoting into 180-day challenges, talking about just things I want to talk about. I probably won't have another viral video anytime again soon. It is what it is. You know, sometimes viral doesn't build a depth and quality channel with people like you, good people who I want to have as a part of my channel with intelligent comments. And I mean, if the mama boy crowd wants to come in and comment on this, go ahead, you know, say what you got to say. If you're commenting, that means you watched the video, so I'll take your watch time. Go ahead and give it to me. You know, that's free. You know, as they say, I really only give a crap about, you know, somebody who will be at my funeral in the rain. I don't know if you'll be there, and you don't either. Thank you, everybody. Well, you want to play with your ball, damn it? There you go. Get after it. All right, good job.